Hey guys, welcome back to Kenny Beauty. So finally the Patrick Ta, what is it called? Shadow Duos, Major Dimension Illusion Eyeshadow Duos are back in stock. I went to get these a while back when they first came out and they were sold out, and I really wanted to like test out every shade. So I waited, and then they came back in stock, and then they got sold out again, and then I waited, and then they came back in stock. So I believe they are back in stock even for the next Sephora sale that will be coming up, and also I believe on his website now, because I did get an email saying they're back in stock. So I went ahead and purchased them all directly. As I mentioned in my last video, these videos, I'm trying to pre-film stuff for Vlogmas. I am doing a giveaway this year. The rules of the giveaway are you and a new friend need to be publicly subscribed, comment down below on all the videos, like them, and then also go follow me on TikTok and comment on my videos there. And I'm giving away a lot of like good stuff. Pat McGrath, Natasha, Denona, maybe some Patrick Ta, you know, some ColourPop, maybe some indie. Like I've got some good stuff this year. So make sure you join, because last year I didn't have enough contestants, and I really would like to do one this year. So anyway, I've been dying to test these out. I know they've been all over the internet. Some people love them, some people hate them. The curiosity got to me, and I'm like, okay, this person says they're not worth it. This person says they're like amazing. So I figured I would test them out for myself to just see what they're all about. I do really enjoy Patrick Ta products for the most part. I don't think there has been one thing I've tried that I haven't enjoyed from the brand. So I'm hoping these won't disappoint, because they are a little bit pricey. They are in the $42 range, which if you look at like the Charlotte Tilbury Bejeweled Pops, I think those were even more. I don't remember the price on those, but those were singles and these are duos. So we'll see. But anyways, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, tap that bell so you can be notified of all the new upcoming videos. Also, you get kudo points towards the giveaway if you are the first to comment and like the video. So keep that in mind. And yeah, if you're new here, thanks. Welcome to the fam. Let's hang out and have a good time today. It's been a minute since we've done any reviews, and let's get right into it. So there are 5 shades in this little duo collection. Again, they do retail for $42, and the description says that they are a shimmery eyeshadow duo that illuminates eyes with super fine sparkles and multi-dimensional pearl pigments. Let's see where these are made. Oh, these are made in Italy. Okay. Some of his palettes are not made in Italy, and they do have a 18-month shelf life. This is the outside packaging, very Patrick Ta, typical Patrick Ta packaging. And I don't know what shades we're going to start out with, but I was hoping there would be like a description. The duo makes everyday eye makeup an editorial moment, high wattage shimmer, and light-catching pigments lay down effortlessly over lids for a sophisticated sparkle. The shades within each of the 5 duos love to be layered for our major dimension, blending and building from sheer to opaque. The gel-like translucent base of the formula lends to color that's true on every skin tone, never dull or ashy. I was hoping they would say like which shade. I believe the way you're supposed to apply them is like you're supposed to put down the base shade and then the sparkle on top. So let's get right into this. Oh, and it does look like 3 of the shades out of the 5 are sold out on Sephora's website. So they must have just became available on Patrick Ta's site. I could have sworn though that they were available on Sephora after they sold out, because I wanted to get them in the VIB sale, but they didn't have all the shades. Again, like I said, a lot of these videos are pre-filmed, so the timing of this might be a little bit off, but I figured you guys want to see a review, because I know I'm not trying to spend $42 if it's not something amazing. But then again, I'm not a big single eyeshadow gal. Like, I used to be into a lot of singles, Copacetic, Divina, Terra Moon. I used to do more of that, and now I kind of just feel like I don't have time to be as creative, and I just want a palette where I can just use the whole palette and call it a day. That's where I'm at now. Not to say a month from now or a year from now I won't be back into singles. I feel like I go in waves, just like trends. With the trends, I just kind of like go in waves of what I like, and then like a year later I might be back into singles, or I might be into palettes. But supposedly singles are out, supposedly. I don't know. All right, I think I'm gonna try to start with like lighter shades. So I'm gonna go in with this one that looks like it might be a little bit lighter. This is Talk to My Team. And like I said, I did get all of the different shades. That's the only thing I don't like about the Patrick Ta, is that it does pick up like on fingerprints pretty badly, but it is beautiful packaging nevertheless. All right, so this is Talk, ooh, I'm already messing it up. This is Talk to My Team. And let's see. That's this shade right here. And then let's swipe this one. Ooh, it's got like a little duochrome. Which one is the sparkle and which one is the base? This is, oh gosh, jeez. My fingernails keep going in. This one I feel like is definitely more gel-like. I think that must be like the sparkly one. I don't know, they both are sparkly. You know, I really don't know. I guess I will. This one feels, this bottom shade feels a little bit more gelish. I do want to put on lashes just to like really give it the full effect. And I don't know if you can see this, but maybe like if I, but it definitely has like a duochrome, kind of like almost like a green shift. I don't think it's really showing up. All right, I am gonna go in now with this shade, and I could be botching this up. I don't know which shade is supposed to be the sparkle shade. Okay. Off the cuff, maybe it's just this pair, but I'm not like overly impressed. Like, I think it's pretty, but I don't think it's something that like you necessarily would have to have. But I am gonna put on some lashes because I did forget to put on lashes so that we can give it like the full effect when I'm swatching these. But again, here is Talk to My Team. And hopefully the duochrome will, it's got like I said, almost like a under duochrome tone will show up for you guys. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with, I do want to go in with this this top shade on the eye. I just want to see this by itself on this eye. I'm pretty sure that the top shade is the sparkly shade. I mean, I definitely do think that it's like a scattered sparkle, but it also does very much remind me of other sparkly formulas that I've seen in like eyeshadow palettes. Natasha Denona comes to mind. Makeup by Mario definitely comes to mind. I have heard that this is like a proprietary formula. It is not like on other formulas, but I do feel like you can get like the same kind of effect with other formulas. So, okay, I felt a little bit naked, so I did like put lashes on, and I'm just going in with this top shade now by itself. I put lashes on, and because I feel like it's only fair to give it like the full effect, you know what I mean? Which I don't have like a full face of makeup on. I have other videos to film today. But I do like the sparkly shade by itself. Again though, I don't know if it's like anything groundbreaking, you know what I mean? Like, they're pretty, and they're definitely pretty for the holidays, but I'm just not like, again, I need to try out the other shades though. I feel like this is the lightest shade, so this might not be doing the whole collection justice. Again, this is Talk to My Team. Next up we have We Need Better Lighting. And let's just swatch this out first. I just want to go in a little bit more and get like a really good swatch situation going on. That's pretty. That is pretty. Ooh, this is like a very festive shade combination right here. So this is We Need Better Lighting. And I want to go in with the bottom shade first, which is the more like gel-like consistency. This one right here. I mean, it is pretty. I'm starting to regret everything I just said now. Okay, and now I want to go in with this shade right here. Which I feel like these two shades are a little less opaque than the last shade that we did. Whew. That sparkle though. That sparkle though. All right, I'm gonna go in, because I believe you're supposed to layer these. I'm gonna go in over the gold now and just pat this on over. I do feel like when you put the two together, it definitely gives it the most intensity and the most high impact. And also I feel like this is kind of like a base or a gel that lets the glitter somewhat settle and not transfer as much. Yeah, starting to like them more, for sure. I think this is a really, really beautiful for the holidays. But as you can see, like, it does get everywhere. And I do have a lot of fallout already. We're only on the second duo, so something to keep in mind. But I do think if you're somebody that likes, that's like more everyday glam, natural type of a vibe, then this would be really something pretty for you. But if you are somebody that is really into like indie makeup and like full-on glam, I don't know that these would impress you that much. But again, I feel like it's a more natural type of like subdued glitter sparkle. And I do watch like Housewives and stuff, and I do feel like right now this sort of a natural sort of scattered sparkle is definitely what's in. I've noticed a lot of pro makeup artists doing it. I've noticed a lot of like reality shows. They've been doing the makeup on the people like this lately. Like I said, Housewives, I've noticed it recently. So I definitely feel like this is like the trend right now, is this sort of natural, sort of glassy, subdued, scattered sparkle. So again though, if you're used to like a full on, like opaque, like really sparkly glitter, this is not gonna be it. But if you just want that like subtle, kind of like glammy, perfect for the holidays, then I do think these are nice. I also do feel like these are, you can wear these with or without a primer. Like I started out with concealer on my eyes. But now I obviously don't have any sort of primer on my eyes. So I do like the fact that they seem to work really well. You can put them on with your fingers. I'm not needing to apply a brush. Very easy application. All right, now we're gonna go in with Still at the Club. And that's this bottom shade right here. And then let's do the top sparkly shade. These definitely seem more opaque. And that is Still at the Club. Does everybody have their Christmas shopping done? And their wrapping or their holiday shopping or... Whew, this one is dark. It's actually blending pretty nicely though, considering I'm just patting it, sort of just tapping it with the cushion on my fingertip. I do like that shade on its own. All right, and now let's go in with the top shade over on this side. Ooh, this might be my favorite sparkly shade yet. Oh gosh, that is gorgeous. Ooh, that is pretty. Also, I feel like these are a good alternative to sparkle. Like I have very sensitive eyes. My skin's very sensitive on my eyes, around my eyes. I have a lot of extra skin and these really aren't giving me any problems. Okay, now going back in on this side with the sparkly shade over top, which I think is going to be really pretty. Get a little bit more right there. And this is Still at the Club. And this, to me, this shade is gorgeous. This shade is definitely worth the $42 and then some. Like, oh my God, that sparkle on this one. I don't feel like all the sparkles are created equally. I could be wrong, but I definitely feel like some of these shades are more bedazzled than others. So okay, next we have Do You Know Who I Am? Ooh, oh wow, look at that. That's gonna be a sparkly one, I feel like. All right, going in with this shade. Even the bottom shade is like really sparkly. This one doesn't feel like gel-ish though. This feels like the other sparkle shades. Let me just feel this one. I feel like the sparkle's on the bottom on this one and maybe this is the gel. I don't know, that's weird. They both feel like sparkle shades to me. I don't really get that gel consistency from this duo. I wish there were instructions about... Says directions: sweep over lids with a brush for a scattered effect or with fingers for a higher intensity payoff. There's really like nothing that tells you like how it's intended to be used. Of course, I really never follow instructions anyways. I just kind of do what the heck I want. So, all right, so that is this shade. Ooh, kind of like a copper. And then here is the top shade again. Just go in one more time. Oh, I forgot to swatch it for you guys. Let me do that here in a second. Oh, I really like that top shade. All right, let's do some swatches. Bottom shade and top shade. Yeah, it's almost like they're like this shade, bottom shade, seems a little bit more sparkly. All right, now I'm gonna go over the bottom shade with the top shade. Like I said, I know that these are new. They are not brand new, and I know that you guys probably have seen these all over everywhere already, but I just wanted to form my own opinion, see if they were really worth the hype. And honestly, the way I see it is like, if you're a makeup enthusiast and you're willing to pay the $42 and it's something that suits your fancy, then by all means, like, go for it. Do not be ashamed to treat yourself, you know? And as far as if they're worth the $42, I'm still forming my opinion. The verdict is still out. But so this is Do You Know Who I Am? So far, my two, like, the duos that, like, I feel like I need are this one and the last one, Still at the Club. The other two, wasn't that impressed with. And I know people will say, like, with eyeshadow palettes or with things like this, that the formula is the same. And I'm just going to throw this out there. I don't care if a brand says the formula is the same. That is physically almost impossible, because each shade has different ingredients that make up that shade. So even though the base ingredients are the same, it's not going to be the same exact formula with each and every shade. So again, I feel like this last duo was a different formula than even the other ones. They're all like a little bit different. All right, I'm hoping that I saved the best for last. This is the shade that, upon looking at online, I was the most excited about. And of course, because it's pink, it's called I'm With Her. And here she is. I am like so about that magenta life. And I'm hoping that this will be just as beautiful as the last two. All right, starting in with the bottom shade first. This is more of a gel-like consistency, whereas the last one was more sparkly. Definitely more of that like wet sort of gelish. It's not wet, but definitely more of that like gelish sort of consistency. A lot of people compared these to the Half Magic, or said like if you want something like this. But the Half Magic is definitely a denser, wetter formula. And although a denser, wetter formula adheres to the eye better and it's more comfortable and there's less fallout, it's not going to give you that same sort of sparkle that something that a drier glitter or sparkle formula would. And I'm not saying that those are not good, because those are beautiful too. It's just a completely different formula. And now the top shade, which also feels like less glittery and more like the gel, like smoother. They're all different feeling, like, honestly. It's more of like a rose gold. Okay. Whew. And that is I'm With Her. I'm just gonna go in with the bottom shade first. Again, the way they sort of just dissipate, like it almost doesn't seem like it's a sparkle or a glitter or that kind of a shade, because it just like really blends out. Like it almost like blends on its own towards the top on your lid. I don't know if you guys are seeing that, but like literally all I'm doing is patting and it's just kind of like a natural like blend, really. And then this is the top shade. And now I'm just gonna go over the magenta, like Barbie, almost like really pretty pink. That's a really pretty pink shade with the rose gold shade. I am not getting as much, well, I think it's beautiful, but it's not as sparkly, this duo, as the last two. It's definitely like a little bit more opaque, a little less scattery, a little less sparkly, but still really pretty. All right, and this is, again, I am with her. Okay, you guys, so my final thoughts are, yes, they have glitter, or I mean, yes, they have fallout. Yes, they are a little gritty, but they are far less gritty than most sparkly shades that I deal with. If you have more sensitive eyes, I think if you like a sparkle, but you just never can do it because your eyes are too sensitive, then these are the way to go, because they are pretty comfortable on the lids, honestly, for being a sparkly sort of shade. I do feel like the payoff is incredible on some of the duos, not all. If you really want high impact, I would go with We Need Better Lighting and Still at the Club. I think, no, sorry, Do You Know Who I Am and Still at the Club. Although I did like We Need Better Lighting too, so I don't know. These three were my favorites, and the last one, I'm with her and Talk to My Team, I could do without. So do I think you have to have these in your collection? I think if you want these in your collection, they're beautiful and they're stunning. And after now seeing how good some of the duos are, I do feel like they are definitely worth the $42. However, I don't feel like all shades are worth the $42. So that being said, I think your best bet is to go in store, swatch them yourself, see what your fancy is if you're even considering these. I know Patrick Ta is having an amazing sale, and he also gives away free items, like free full-size lipsticks and items. So I would definitely order them from that site, unless Sephora happens to have another sale between now and the end of the year. I don't know if they will or not. But I definitely feel like some of these shades are absolutely stunning, and I do feel like they are perfect for the holidays. Yes, there's fallout. They're not that dense. They're a lot drier than I thought they were going to be. All of the duos, they're not that dense, like a wet sort of a formula, which, like I said, you get with like the Half Magic, and I'm trying to think of like some other brands that I've experienced that with, which are still beautiful formulas. But these are definitely a drier formula. You're going to get the fallout. I think they're cute. I think you can stick it in your purse and go with it. They're made in Italy, so you know the quality has to be somewhat decent. And I do feel like they are very high-end looking and very sophisticated looking and perfect. I think I said this already, but perfect for the holidays. So those are my final thoughts. I will link them down below if any of you are interested in them. Also, if you guys have any questions, do not hesitate to ask, because I know I don't cover everything in all of my videos, and you might have some questions that I didn't think about, and I would be more than happy to share my experience more with you. Or if you have this kind of skin or that or whatever, feel free to ask. Don't be ashamed. Don't forget to subscribe and hopefully, you know, join the giveaway, and I will see you guys all in my next video. Bye-bye.